Ain't it fun? Living in the real world.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the second video in our series In the Spotlight. My name is Patrick Thompson and I'm the Bands and Instrumental Music Director at Rowville Secondary College.
Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Rebecca Raftopoulos and I'm Vice Chair of Friends of Music.
We're bringing you this series In the Spotlight, and we're partnering with Friends of Music to give you a bit of a behind the scenes look at what we do here in the music department at Rowville Secondary College. We hope that you enjoyed the first video of our series where we had a chat with Chris Parker, and today we're going to be having a chat with Rebecca and one of our classroom teachers and musical directors, Nick Lowes.
As Patrick mentioned, Friends of Music have been partnering with the music department since 2015, and we've uncovered some real gems amongst our teaching staff. Our kids already know that they have fabulous teachers, and it's really my pleasure to shed the light on some of the work that's done behind the scenes and on some of our teaching staff, and today it's Nick Lowes.
So today we're going to be talking with Nick, but as a parent of one of our music students here, Rebecca, it would be great to hear how you've been involved with Friends of Music up until this point.
It all started with Lana coming here to the school, and she's currently in Year 10 finishing it off, and we're looking forward to her VCE studies. We have another 2 children who look forward to coming to the school. My background is organisational communication, so when there was an opportunity to assist the music department, I was more than happy to volunteer, because I think the music department gives so much to our kids. There's so much work that needs to happen, and Friends of Music really can assist with some of the logistics around what needs to be done, and in a way we help support so that you can provide an ongoing and fabulous music program for our children. And I know the one thing we were thrilled about as parents of a child coming here is that Rowville is so close to home, and we were thrilled that it's not just a curriculum or a syllabus based on what you need to learn to be a musician, but our teachers are professional and working musicians, and I think that's such a joy for us to know that it's real world learning. It's a performance-based program. So that's how I became involved.
Yeah, well, it's definitely been great to have you on board with Friends of Music for the last couple of years. But now turning to you, Nick, you've been at the school a long time. Do you want to tell us a little bit about how your role at the school has changed over the years and the sorts of things you've seen at the music department?
Well, I started in 1992. I won't count how many years that is, but certainly a long time. But I've seen the school grow from around about 300 population up to over 2,000 in that time. Musically, we already had a small concert band when we started, but that's grown up to, we've got 3 working bands now, and I've seen a lot of kids come through the program and benefit from the program, and they've gone on to either university or professional musicianship, and lots of industry sort of occupations in the music field. So at the moment I'm conducting the Leftovers, which is a stage band of sorts. We do sort of rock and funk sort of music. It's kids that have had a bit of experience with the stage band, so most of them are in Year 10, 11 and 12. Yeah. And we try to do a little bit of sort of local work as well.
Definitely.
But yeah, it's been great for the time that I've been here, and I'm still here. So
fantastic. You're obviously a really integral part of our program here at the school. And that really comes down to your experience and talent with the bass guitar. Do you want to tell everyone a little bit about your experience as a professional musician over the years and the sorts of things you're still currently doing?
Yeah, in the 80s there was a lot of work in Melbourne. I sort of grew up at a very good time musically. There was lots and lots of gigs. Every night of the week you could play somewhere in Melbourne. So I got to see a lot of Australian music and overseas artists. And I had a lot of my own education from that. I played in original bands. It was a sin in those days to play covers, so I didn't actually play covers.
Not so much anymore, yeah.
Not anymore, no. But I didn't even see a cover band until after 1990. So the whole of that decade was all original music. And it went from the late 70s, early 80s punk right through the glam haircut, believe it or not, sort of style, the new romantics and the synthesizer, the invention of the DX7, I think changed music quite incredibly at that time. But at the moment I'm playing, I played in lots of different bands. I did quite a bit of work with Relax with Max from about 2000 to about 2008. Doing all James Brown sort of funk, so it was great, to play bass in that.
And that was with one of our other teachers, Martin
with Martin Zakharoff, yes, yeah. And nowadays I just play with there's a local guy, Phil D, who's a guitarist, singer. So I do most of his band gigs with him, mainly local, but we do a few sort of city gigs and occasionally venture out into the country. We try to avoid that as much as we can. But yeah, I still really enjoy playing. I just do it for a hobby now, obviously, but I like to sort of hopefully bring that enjoyment into my classroom and hopefully inspire more young musicians to follow, not in my footsteps, but follow what
sure they'll be proud to follow your footsteps then.
Nick, I remember speaking to you at camp a couple of years ago at music camp, which all the kids really love. And you mentioned that you played on Countdown, and that was videoed and is available on YouTube. And I remember having a look, and I thought, how fantastic that one of the teachers here, key teacher, is, looking like a real musician back then. Can you tell us a bit more about that?
So the Countdown experience was fantastic. In those days you had to go on Countdown when you released a single, because that was the only way of marketing the single to a mass audience, I suppose, pre-internet, pre-mobile phone. And we didn't really perform, it was a mime. So all of the acts that went on Countdown mimed, and we had our drum kit was stuffed full of pillows, and the keyboard didn't make any sound, and we had to pretend to be playing. And they played the single in the background, so we had to mime along to that. It was interesting. I was teaching at the time, and we had a whole lot of our kids from school came in to provide the audience. So it looked like we were really popular already. So that was a really good thing. But Countdown were really good to us. They played our film clip a couple of times in the weeks after that. And we were lucky, we went on a couple of other shows. Hey Hey It's Saturday, I'm embarrassed to say that I
remember that.
Actually performed on, with those wonderful commentaries that they used to have that aren't really politically correct these days. But that was lots of fun. And they also played our single, and a couple of shows out of Sydney, Rock Arena and Night Moves, the Lee Simon show up there. So yeah, that was really, really good. And I had lots of hair. And
I know.
We were a haircut band at the time. It was very popular.
I was really interested to see the clip, because it just shows the wealth of experience that you bring to the school. Having such professional musicians teaching the kids music. You really know your stuff. Shall we have a look at the video?
And that's one of the advantages, like YouTube is such a fantastic platform, because my old VHS copy had well and truly disintegrated by then. So I think it was 2005 YouTube first hit, and then I discovered our single on there. Fabulous. And the B-side is now on there too.
Fabulous.
No film clip, but the audio's there, so yeah, so that was really good.
Fabulous.
Great, well that's all we have time for today. Thanks so much, Nick. Thanks so much, Rebecca.
Thanks, Patrick.
And we hope you guys have found the second video very interesting. We've got plenty more teachers and plenty more friends of music to introduce you to. But in the meantime, if you'd like to get in contact, all the details are coming up on your screen now, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.
Bye-bye.